loves. My name is Emerald Sinclair, love and manifestation coach, and it is my passion, my purpose, my pleasure to teach single women how to manifest their soulmates in as little as 4 months. So, with all of this work that I have done, I have noticed there are 5 relationship blockers that get in the way of women truly manifesting the love they want. And why do I say manifest? Because manifest is something that you're always doing. You're always manifesting. You're always creating your reality. The challenge is that you don't know that you're doing it consciously. Hello, Lakshmi Dave. I love you, my dear. And so you're always creating your reality. You are an active participant in your life. You get to choose if you are in love with the love of your life or settling for something less. You get to choose to manifest your soulmate, and that's exactly what I teach in my signature program, Manifest Him. And so after doing this work for well over 3 years now as a love coach, this will coming up on my 4th year in business, so 3.5 years, there are what I call relationship blockers. And after talking with hundreds of women on the phone, guiding hundreds of women through my programs, I can tell you that it's really not that complicated. There's 5 things that are getting in your way to love. And as I explain them to you, I would be really curious to know which one resonates with you, because you absolutely know what your issue is, what your relationship blocker is. Any client or potential client that I've asked what they want, and then the next question I ask them, what do you think is in the way to that love? They usually know, like, yeah, well, I'm too busy at work, or it's my self-confidence, or I'm actually really scared of getting in a relationship because the last one abused me, or whatever it is. I think you'll have a pretty good idea which one, or maybe it's all 5, is yours. So as I go through them, feel free to comment in which relationship blocker you think you're currently struggling with if you're single and want to be in a relationship. And guess what? Even if you're not single, you can still be suffering from some of these relationship blockers, because relationships always take work. If you're not working on a relationship, it's stagnant, it's dying. And so, for example, my partner and I have a really happy, healthy relationship, but we're still always working on it. We're reading books, we're studying Tantra, we're going to the gym, we're eating well, like we're working on our physical bodies and also our relationship together as a preventative way, because we also know that a good relationship takes work. Just like if you want a healthy body, you need to continuously nurture it. You can't just go to the gym once or eat a salad once. It's an ongoing process. And so it's the exact same thing with relationships and with these relationship blockers. And so no matter where you are, whether you're single or in a relationship, I bet there's always a little bit of work that can be done if you truly desire to have a really healthy relationship. So, thank you for the hearts and thumbs up. All right, so the first one is time. Anything that's important to you, you will make time for in your life. And so when I'm on a phone call with a woman and she's telling me all about her busy life and she's so successful in her career and she's traveling and she has a son and she's a single mom or whatever it is, she's telling me everything she's got going on in her life. When she goes into that story, I know that honestly, it's not time. It's that it's not a priority. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. If being in a relationship isn't a priority right now because everything else is, that's okay. Then be honest with yourself. But if you are in a relationship and you're not making time for your partner, that's a big uh-oh. Because your relationship is at the core of your life. At least a healthy relationship should be. And I'm not saying your relationship is the only thing in your life and you're losing yourself in your relationship, because that wouldn't be healthy. But if you're not having time for your relationship, then it means it's not a priority to you. And so I would simply invite you to be honest with yourself. And I was doing this with a client actually, because she's a successful entrepreneur. She's writing books, she's running her own business, and we're working together on love. And when I had her outline like everything she's got going on in her life and then how much time she's dedicating to everything, it was very apparent where her priorities were. And so we had a very honest heart to heart. And I asked her, I'm like, girl, is love really important to you right now? And if it's not, then we really don't need to be working together, because what's important to you then is writing the book or manifesting the money or getting the career off the ground. But if your relationship truly isn't important, then we're not going to be focusing on that. We're going to be focusing on manifesting some other epic shit in your life. But don't go through the motions with me to manifest love if you're not going to put forth the time and effort and make this a priority in your life. So that's the first one. Does that make sense? Now, the second one that I hear is money. And they're not willing to commit the money, whether it's for a private coaching package, for a group coaching program, an online program, going to therapy, buying books and reading them, whatever it is. And when someone tells me that it's money, what I see is two things. Either one, I haven't done my job of conveying the value of what my programs have to offer. Or two, this woman is struggling with some serious self-worth issues. And guess what? I've been there as well. Like, my money story has been up and down. It's been something that I've worked on for a very long time, but it's intimately linked to your self-worth and to your self-value. How you value yourself is going to be reflected and manifested in your relationship or lack of a relationship. And how you value yourself is going to be reflected in your bank account, how you treat yourself, how you're meeting your own needs. It's all intimately related. We can't pull apart the two. And so one of the beautiful side effects that I've seen with the clients in my programs when they're working on manifesting love is how this ripples out into other areas of their life, including their bank account. Why? Because they're increasing their internal self-worth. You can't increase your internal self-worth and not have it affect money in addition to your relationship. So when a woman tells me like, oh, I would love this, but I don't have the money for it, even if it's $100 or $10,000, like, it really doesn't matter where on the spectrum. When a woman says, I can't afford it, but she really wants it, she doesn't value herself. Because I promise you, if you really needed something, if there was a gun to your head and you had 24 hours to come up with $1,000 or $100 or $10,000, you would do it because you value your life. And so how much do you value yourself? How much do you value what a relationship, a high-minded soulmate relationship with a top 1% guy, how much do you value that? How much does it add to your life? And not only that, honestly, you do save money by being in partnership when you split expenses and take trips and buy things for each other. I mean, that's just a very small little technical thing. But what I've noticed in myself and with clients is when you're telling that story of how I can afford it, what you're really saying underneath the surface is that I'm not worth it. I want it, but I can't figure out how to get the money for it. And so ultimately, it's a cop-out. To be completely honest with you, it's related to low self-worth, low self-confidence, low self-value. Whereas when you do the internal work to raise your internal self-confidence and self-value, everything in your life changes, including the amount of money that you manifest. And when I first started this coaching business, my tagline was love and money coach or love and wealth coach, something like that, because I understood from the very beginning how self-worth and the relationship you're in and the money in your bank account are all interconnected. And when you work on the underlying issue of raising your self-worth, it's going to affect your relationship and also your bank account. Manu says, I feel like self-worth will transform my life. Absolutely. And it's an ongoing process. It's something I still work on each and every day. So that's number 2, relationship blocker, money. Number 3 is career. And so this is another thing that I'll hear women say when we have that first initial discovery call, when I'm digging into her relationship history and her life and what's going on. And she'll say something along the lines like, well, I want to get my career really solid and off the ground and running first, then I'll focus on love. So when I hear something like this, what I'm really hearing is, I need to prove myself. I need to prove that I can do this on my own. I need to prove that I can do this without a man. I need to prove myself. And so if this is coming up for you, my question to you would be, why do you have to choose? Why can't you have it all? My businesses that I've started, going back from when I had the cafe to when I started this online coaching business, I can tell you would not have been possible without the loving support of my partner. And notice I didn't say financial support. My partners didn't give me money to run my business. My partners didn't pay for everything while I just sat at home and played the online world of creating a website and creating my business. To be clear, I did do it on my own financially, but the mental and emotional support was freaking huge. And it was night and day. And so once again, I'm working with another client where initially she thought she wanted to focus on her career first, and she's such a busy type A entrepreneur woman. But after we chatted for a little bit, she realized, wait a second, I need to manifest a man that fits into my life today. Otherwise, I'm putting it off into some future moment. Well, once all my little ducks are in a row, then I can manifest the man. But if you wait until all your ducks are in a row, I promise you, you'll never manifest the man because all of your ducks will never be in a row. So if you're also a career woman and you're an entrepreneur and you're that type A personality and you're focusing on the biz and creating your dream world, dream life, whatever it is, if you're putting off love until you reach a certain point of success financially or in your career, you might be putting off love for a long time. And I'm not saying that your success won't come, but you're in the energy and you're in the vibration of waiting. It's like when a woman says, once I have the guy, then I'll feel worthy. That's a catch-22. You have to feel worthy and then you'll get the guy. Okay? And so when a woman says career, also what's going on underneath the surface is low self-esteem, low self-worth, or some limiting belief systems, which we'll get into number 4, which is, well, I need to prove myself, or I need to be the man, or I need to do it all on my own, which is not setting you up for a healthy and successful relationship between partners if egotistically you're going out in the world and saying, see, look at me, I can do it all on my own. That's not the basis or foundation for a healthy partnership between two people who are meeting each other's needs and helping and loving and supporting each other. So you see how that could be a really big relationship blocker? All right, number 4. Ooh, wealth will always align with self-worth. Absolutely balanced excellence project. I 100% agree. So those are the first 3 relationship blockers. The last 2. So number 4, mindset. And this is where limiting beliefs come in. Like, there's no good men in my town. All the good ones are taken. No man would ever want to be with a single mom. No one wants to be with a woman over 40. All men want younger women, right? Like these stories, these BS, the shit you're telling yourself. This is probably the biggest relationship blocker that I have experienced in my years as a love and relationship coach. And now as I'm teaching on manifestation and of course money and law of attraction, your mindset, the evil stepmother in your mind, your BS, aka your belief systems, those are creating your reality, and they are either in alignment with your dreams or they are preventing your dreams from coming to you. This is the biggest one I've seen. The other 4 tend to be masks on top as ways to protect you from truly what's going on underneath the surface, which is, I don't really trust men. I don't believe I'm worthy of love. I'm scared to be in a relationship, whatever it is. That tends to be the biggest one. And number 5, too much masculine energy. And this, I'm speaking to my heterosexual women who are interested in being in a relationship with a heterosexual man. In general, about 90% of women in relationship with their partners at their core want to be in that feminine energy, and they want their man to be in the masculine energy. In today's day and age, so many women are wearing the pants. They want to control it all. They're type A personalities, and they don't know how to soften and let their man lead. And then vice versa, there's plenty of men nowadays that don't know how to lead, that don't know how to be masculine, that are either blocking their emotions or too much in their emotion. It really is a big challenge of what's going on nowadays. But for me, as a former recovering control it all, masculine energy, egotistical, wants to control everything in my life, including my relationship and my partner, I can tell you that when I have finally learned to soften and be in my feminine energy and allow my masculine partner to lead the majority of the time, we are both so happy and both so fulfilled, because at our core, that energy exchange is being fulfilled. It's a Fred and a Ginger. We're playing the dance. And anytime we kind of butt heads, honestly, is when I'm in my masculine energy, when I'm being egotistical, when I'm trying to control, when I'm trying to lead. And that's not to say that in partnership, you're not going to do the dance between both energies. But in general, a lot of women are way too much in the I'm going to control it all. I'm going to go up to the man. I'm going to chase him. I'm going to call him. I'm going to pursue him. And the guy at his core, he doesn't want to be pursued. He wants to chase the woman. He wants to win her over. And so many women are not allowing the man to lead. And this scenario of masculine and feminine energy is the same situation, whether you're gay, lesbian, non-binary, whatever it is, there are opposites attract. And so whatever your dominant energy is inside, and once again, this isn't how you show up in the world. This is in partnership. Do you want to be in that masculine energy? What feels better? For you to lead, for you to be in control, for you to have your thoughts respected, for you to be more of that providing energy? Or do you want the energy where you can soften, where you can be emotional, where you, your emotions are being heard, where you're being cherished, where you're being treasured, where you can just let go and feel completely safe with your partner? So these are the 5 big relationship blockers that I'm seeing: time, money, career, mindset, too much masculine energy. Which one or more do you struggle with, whether you're in relationship or not? Manu, I had a date today. I felt this person was a bit aggressive in her communication. Later on, I was intimidated. Later on, I was reflected by her as intimidated and body language as weak. She prefers someone self-confident. Interesting. Okay. Raina says, mindset is mine, or mine is everyone's online. I don't want that. Why can't I meet a guy in life? So yeah, that's mindset, right? Those are limiting beliefs. So here's the thing. It's important to know what's blocking you, but it's also important to know how can you move beyond that. And so this is something that I would absolutely love to help you with. I have a variety of programs. I have a variety of ways we could work together one-on-one. I've got my big long programs, my shorter programs, even VIP days, intensive breakthrough sessions. The list goes on and on. So if you want to work on moving through your relationship blocker, send me a DM, send me an email. I can drop the link below to chat like one-on-one. We can talk about private coaching. We can talk about my online programs. Feel free once again to comment below. What is your biggest relationship blocker? We can even brainstorm as a group different ways that you can work through it, different ways that other women have worked through it. And once again, I would absolutely be more than honored to guide you through what's going on. Like I said, after 3 years in the business, I have a variety of online programs, a variety of pricing, and then of course the most intensive comprehensive, quick action results is going to be with one-on-one coaching. So that's what I have for you today, ladies. Thank you for tuning in. I am sending you so much love that you manifest the exact relationship of your dreams.